Welcome to Home Science Experiments with Mr. Merrill. Today's trick, the levitation magic of density. No need to go to wizarding school to learn magic. Try this simple trick at home. All you need is a clear soda. My beverage of choice is ginger ale, but any clear-ish soda works. First, tear off tiny bits of raisins and drop them in the soda and watch the magic unfold. No wand required. Okay, magic or not, what is really going on here? Certain objects will float or sink if dropped in this soda. A marble would sink. A feather would float. Bits of raisins would sink. If an object sinks, it means it's more dense than the liquid. If an object floats, it means it's less dense than the liquid. But notice that once the bubbles from the fizzy soda gather around the raisin bits, it makes the raisin bits less dense than the soda, so they float. The raisins get their own instant water wings. How cool is that? The magic is all in the carbon dioxide gas bubbles. Carbon dioxide gas is trapped in between water molecules. Normally, the gas would shove through the water molecules and rise to the top, easy peasy, being much less dense than the water. But the high pressure in the closed can squishes the molecules together, while the low temperature solidifies the hydrogen bonds even further. But once the can opens, the pressure gauge plummets and the carbon dioxide gas is free at last. See how they cling to the raisin and take it with them in their great escape? But that experiment just called for raisins. That's boring. So we found a couple other household food items to try. Take a second and predict which of the three would be most dense in the soda. What about least dense and likely to rise up and down at a faster rate? Let's go to the tape. One thing's for sure, this party is hoppin'. You can instantly see that the popcorn kernels are a crowd favorite with the gas bubbles, as most have already been dragged to the top. The raisins still bob up and down periodically, while the rice remains dense and untouched by the gas bubbles at the bottom of the cup. So how did your predictions hold up? The corn was clearly the least dense, but surprisingly, the rice grains take the prize for the most dense and unaffected by the carbon dioxide gas. The corn kernels already have air pockets inside of them, making them less dense to begin with. The raisins are quite dense, but all of those grooves and added surface area give the gas bubbles more space to cling to. The rice is densely packed, and the surface of rice is seemingly unaffected by the gas bubbles. Okay, time for a quick recap. Density is how tightly packed the matter is inside of an object. All three of these items sank initially, which means they are more dense than the liquid soda. But with the help of carbon dioxide bubbles escaping the grasp of water molecules, the raisins and corn kernels periodically became less dense than the ginger ale. Interestingly, this experiment continued to work for over an hour. As time went on, pressure continued to decrease while temperature increased, thus continuing to free carbon dioxide from the grips of water well past an hour. Dang, they pack a lot of carbon dioxide in soda. Students, try this at home. What other household objects could you test in your experiment? Let me know in the comments below.